You ask my daughter, she will tell me. If you lie, your teeth and tongue will become black. Okay. So presbyopia is nothing but this is a defect due to aging. Okay, presbyopia occurs due to aging. So person with presbyopia will not be able to see both, means they will have both the problems. They cannot see things which are nearby also and things which are far also. Okay, so they will be using a, so the why does it happen? Due to aging, the flexibility of the ciliary muscles will be lost. So since the flexibility is gone, the eye lens cannot be, the ciliary muscles will not be able to contract and relax and increase and decrease the focal length of the eye. Correct? So because of that, what happens? Person will not be able to see things both far and near objects. Okay, so for that we are using a bifocal length. So in a bifocal length, so this will be for distant object and this will be for near object. So for near object, which lens we are using? Convex lens. For distance object, we will use a concave lens. So this will be a concave lens and this will be a convex lens. Okay. Yes. So next is prism. So we are going to understand about the prism now. Now what is a prism? Prism is a One minute, children. So what is a prism? It is a transparent medium which is bound by 5 plane surfaces with a triangular cross section. So it will have 5 plane surfaces, that is like 5 triangular shaped surfaces you will take and you will attach them. Okay, understood, right? So it will be like this. Triangular objects are 5 triangular surfaces are taken and they are fixed together. So when they are fixing together, we have 2 reflecting surfaces. This surface and this surface is called the reflecting surface, like this. These 2 are reflecting surfaces. Okay, so these 2 reflecting surfaces are not parallel to each other. Instead, they make an angle with them, and that angle is called angle of prism. Okay, and when we are writing any ray diagram, we don't write this picture of the prism. Instead, we will only draw the front surface of the prism. Okay, then refraction in through a prism. So how does refraction take place through a prism? So this diagram is very much important. So this will be asked for how much marks? Yeah, I think in your test they had asked you that glass slab. No? Yeah, for Harshit they had asked. How much marks
They
did they
asked
ask you
like
for?
they didn't ask us to draw, they asked us like in a case study question.
So it can be asked like case study question also, or sometimes it will be asked for drawing also. Okay, so this is very much important for you. If they ask
They
you,
asked one question like this: if a light is traveling through the glass slab, what should be the angle of the light where it doesn't displaces? Like that they asked. So we had to draw and show also where it
yeah,
doesn't displace and it just goes directly straight.
not displace.
I forgot that
Okay,
word.
lateral displacement they are asking. So it will not displace, it is
Yeah.
undeviated.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So like that, here also they will ask you sometimes to draw, or they will ask you questions based on case study also. Okay. So let us understand the refraction in a prism. Sahana, you remember all these things I had already taught?
Yeah, ma'am, I remember.
All these three people have forgotten, so I'm teaching again. These three Bulakad have
Ma'am,
forgotten. Ah,
I have a doubt, ma'am.
was what? Tell me.
Ma'am, are all the planes rectangular shaped in a prism?
Huh. Yes, see, this is a rectangle. This is also a rectangle. Base is also a rectangle. But the front face will not be, front and back face will not be a rectangle. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So now refraction. So now for refraction, we have the prism. ABC is the front face of the prism, and angle A is approximately 60 degree. Okay. Now in this prism, what happens? If when a light ray is incident, any one color light we are taking, not the white light, we are taking any color light, any one color light. Okay. So when this light is incident, what happens is it is passing from air to glass. So when it is going from air to glass, it is going from rarer to denser medium. So it should bend towards the normal. Okay. And when it bends towards the normal, you should know that you have to draw a line which is parallel to the base of the prism. The bending should be towards the base. And the line should be parallel to the base of the prism. And this refracted ray will be an incident ray for the another refracting surface, that is AC. So when it falls on AC, what happens? There is again refraction because the light is traveling from glass to air medium. So when the light is traveling from glass to air medium, it refracts again. So it is traveling from denser to rarer medium. Therefore, it will bend away from the normal. Okay. So now it bends away from the normal. And this light is called what? Emergent light. Now angle between the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. Angle between emergent ray and the normal is called angle of emergence. Angle between the normal and the refracted ray is called angle of refraction. Now if you extend this emergent ray and the incident ray, you will get an angle, like they meet at an angle, and that angle is called what? Angle of deviation. Got it? What is it called? Angle of deviation. Understood this much, right? So
Yes.
the emergent ray should always bend towards the base. Okay, remember that. It should bend towards the base. Fine. So next is dispersion. So what is dispersion? Dispersion is nothing but splitting of the white light into its constituent colors is called what? Dispersion. So when will the splitting take place? It takes place when the light travels from one medium to another medium. Okay. And What are the different constituents of light? The constituents of light are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. That is the web gear. Now, the light ray. Tia, stop it. The light ray which has more less wavelength will bend more, and the light ray which has higher wavelength will bend least. Okay, wavelength is greater, bending is less. Sorry, bending is less. Understood? Wavelength is smaller, bending is more. Got it? Understood, right? Greater
Yes,
the wavelength, less bending. Smaller the wavelength, more bending. So now which light has more wavelength and which light has less wavelength? Tell me now. At least looking at this, you can tell. Which light is bending more?
violet.
Violet. So violet has lesser wavelength and red has greater wavelength, highest wavelength. Okay? Understood, right? Now there will be a
Violet
question.
has the
Sorry?
less bending.
Violet is bending more.
Okay, okay.
Red is bending less. Simple. What is wavelength is, if you consider a wave like this. Wavelength means it is the distance from here to here. This is called wavelength. If I say it has more wavelength, okay, what I was telling, yeah, this is called wavelength. Okay, now more wavelength means, what is the meaning? The wave will be like this. Length of one wave is called wavelength. Okay, so that
In
means
this, I can find out the difference. In the triangle thing, I can't. It all looks the same.
yeah, it's not too much difference, very less difference it will be there.
What about the middle colors, green and blue?
They also have wavelengths. That's what, the wavelength starts increasing like this. Not too much difference will be there. Okay, always if you actually see a real rainbow, this blue and green gets merged. Have you seen that? We will not be able to distinguish between blue and green, violet and indigo, and yellow and orange. Correct? Yellow, orange, red, all these three, they merge together and they look like red only. Approximately red or orange we can tell. We will not be able to distinguish this clearly. Correct? Yeah. So next is recombination of the spectrum of white light. So now what will happen if you pass, so now if you pass white light through a prism, it will give you 7 colors. Now these 7 colors are taken as incident ray for the another prism. Then what happens to that? You will get a white light. So this is called recombination of the colors, or recombination of light to get a, or recombination of spectrum to get a white light. Now what is a spectrum? So spectrum means different colors of light which bend through different angles. Now what is the spectrum means? These 7 colors, what are they? That is, after splitting you will get 7 colors. So that is called what? Spectrum. Tia, come here. Okay, so next. So next what we have is the formation of rainbow in the sky. You remember I had asked all these questions to you. Why does the sky look blue in color? Why does sun look red in color when it is sunset and sunrise? Correct. So for all those things I had given answers also. Yeah. So first thing is, how is a rainbow formed in the sky? Now see here, this is actually a real rainbow, how it appears like. Indigo is not at all visible. It looks like indigo. Indigo, at least we can see. Blue and green are completely smudged, correct? Yellow is
Yes, but there's
visible.
a line of green and yellow you can see always.
Yeah, that's what.
So blue and indigo gets merged.
Yeah, blue, indigo. Actually, blue and green gets merged. See here, we cannot differentiate blue and green. But green is differentiated because of yellow. And red and orange gets merged in the same way. Yellow is prominently visible to us, correct? Out of all the 7 colors, the highlighted color will be yellow for us. So that is the reason we use yellow color for the school bus. I had told you, because it will be visible for a very long distance. Children, quick relogin.